What is going on, people? Them Common Sense Chris up in the building. Man, I had to make this video. This video is for people who have a hard time understanding the Trinity, right? Like, I'm listening to I think he's a Mormon, try to explain how the Christians see the Trinity. And I'm thinking, like, how Trinitarians, how, like, see the Trinity, and they're trying to say, oh, you know what I'm saying, they're saying it's three persons, but it's one being, and he's trying to explain how, you know, a person is a being, and da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, like, the understanding levels here are so low. You know, he's trying to use the example that, you know, we do have, you know, other systems, I guess, that work as three different, I guess, entities, or, you know, one entity but three different, I don't know the word he used, but representatives or something, where he's talking about a court, and if there was three judges sitting on like a panel, it would be the court being represented as a whole, making the decisions, right? And I thought, all right, cool, but realistically speaking, like, he kept going back to this whole, oh, but Christians believe that, Trinitarians believe that, you know, you know, it's three separate persons, one being, but if it's one being, then it has to be one. I don't know, the explanation was crazy, right? I just want to say this. I know it's hard for some people to wrap their heads around this, and I don't know why, right? God is three persons: Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That is God. We can either refer to the Father, the Son, or the Holy Spirit as God individually, or mean all three when we refer to God. Depending on the context, you will know which one you're talking about. That's just simple comprehension. You don't even need to be educated to a high level to understand this context. Everybody speaks like, everyone that's listening to this speaks English on a daily basis, and we all go through context. People act like when we talk about context never happens, so it's very hard to understand what context is. No, it's really not, right? Now, where some people still try to find, you know, issue with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit being three separate persons and one being, you have to understand, this is not, you can't just say, oh, but, you know, dog, I can't be a dog, you know, at the same time, because that's a separate thing, and I can't be like, all these mad examples. You have to remember how miraculous, how out of our comprehension, how amazing it is that God is in three persons in the way God is in three persons. It's not just, oh, but, you know, scientifically we can't really explain this, or when we look at, you know, three persons or one being, you know, according to what we see in the dictionary, you know, this is just not what we get from it. This is not what it means. Burn your dictionary, bruv. You get me? We're talking about divinity here. And that's what everybody seems to forget when we're talking about the Trinity. This is a divine union. Do you understand? It's not like some human union. Sometimes I try to get to people to understand, like, raw, we're body, we're spirit, and we're soul. So how can you not understand that one can be in these parts, right? That should be very easy to understand. And we're not even divine. So how much more when we're talking about God, the most divine, the only divine, and then you try to bring it down to human comprehension just because your brain can't fathom, or you want to reject it because you know it will go against everything you've held dear. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. Like, sheesh, kebab and donuts, you know what I'm saying?